Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk a bit about the Nintendo Direct that happened on Wednesday, so days ago, and I don't know, I I have been considering like what should I do? Because I considered just doing a normal video like this, and I've also considered doing some either that or just showing my reaction. I kind of went against that. I felt I did some filming of the footage, but I don't. A, my reaction wasn't very good for a 50 long video. B, I just felt I didn't really think it would be very interesting for anyone. So I've decided, I'll just talk about it instead. And I it was obviously something that I've now had time to process it and think about what it all meant. And I think it's good. So, okay, and let's talk about Super Smash Bros. First because it was the first thing on the list. And Super Smash Bros. I just felt I'm not the big. I don't play Super Smash Bros. Let's be already said, but and I also don't play Xenoblade. So, um, I I don't want to. I don't know her name. But it's Rex and Mifa? Mifa, that's it. I think it is. And now I'm going to be told it's wrong or pronounced wrong or something like that. But yeah, I don't have any attachment to this character. I know a lot of people really like her, but I don't know much about the Xenoblade games, and I know she comes from two, but that's all I know about her really. So I'm glad for all the people who've been wanting that, and I'm really glad for Sakurai, because he did say that he wanted her in Super Smash Bros. And I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. I probably did. Oh, I'm probably completely saying the wrong person. But yes, because I remember him in an interview saying he wanted either Rex or Mifa or some character from Xenoblade 2, but he didn't have the chance to in the original games, so he had to add. He's now got to add them in DLC, so I'm really glad for him. Um, because obviously he created Super Smash Bros. Obviously not single-handedly, but he has taken a big part in it and in the whole series, and so I'm glad for him. He gets to have a character he wants to have in there, because I know a lot of them are decided by Nintendo. So yeah, that's all good. So that's all I wanted to say. There's obviously Fall Guys. That is a big third-party game that to get. It's an indie game technically, isn't it? But that's pretty good. I haven't got really anything to say bad about it. I'm quite happy with um, for the game. I've never played it, but it looks a bit like Total Wipeout. I think there's Wipeout USA, the American version, but as well. But yeah, whatever you know it as in whatever country, it's like that type of game. So look, and I think that's pretty cool. It's like an obstacle course, and I think or some sort of game. I think there's also a ball football game. So that is pretty good. So yeah, the next things I think they announced some fuel games. I also know they announced No More Heroes 3. Or, well, they already had announced that game, but they showed some more gameplay information and stuff. Have never played any of the other games, but I know a lot of people are very happy about that. So I'm not gonna say anything about it. So but I'm glad for the people who want it. Now. I think let's talk a bit about Mario Golf. Now that game was a pretty cool game. Well, it looked pretty cool anyway. I haven't played Mario Golf before. To be honest, I don't play many Mario sports games personally. I played a bit of Slam Basketball or Mario Hoops 3-on-3. If you're America, I think that's what they call it. But whatever whatever you call it. The basketball Mario game on the DS. Put it that way. To shut the door, so just a little bit of a pause there. But yes, Mario 3, whatever. Yeah, I played that game. I played obviously the Mario Kart games, but they're not really a sports game. They're kind of its own thing. And who doesn't like a Mario Kart apart from people who don't like Mario Kart? But and just yeah. Rara. Haven't been in a video for quite a long time, to be fair. But anyway, I'm pretty um, yeah. This game looks really cool because I haven't played. Well, actually, that's not true. Actually, the Mario Tennis game. It's Mario. I don't know, Mario Tennis Aces. That's it, Mario Tennis Aces. I have played that game, sort of. I played it on a trial, complete the whole story mode, and enjoyed pretty much the whole point of the game. Really, I'm not. Again, I'm not the biggest Mario sports game person. I enjoyed the game. I wouldn't say I disliked it, but you know, I I got to play some um play the game for a week and beat the game within that week, and I'm pretty glad I did because it is a good game. It's not bad, and I think like the tennis game, I think Mario Golf. I don't think has had much of a downfall point as the tennis games have been, but it's probably going to be good that this Mario Golf game is going to be pushing the series forward a bit and doing some new cool things. Like, it's obviously got the story mode. Let's just get this bit off. I think of older games have had story modes. Like the game, is it the Game Boy Advance games? I've got an itchy nose. I think they had story modes, but and it's really good that they're bringing it back because I really I like a story mode, and I know like Golf Story is quite a popular game for having a story mode, and it looks like it might be an RPG type. I'm not certain on that. I've got an itchy nose. I'm just going all over the place, but yes, I think that game looks pretty cool. I think for that, and also there's like the speed mode. I don't know what it's exactly called, but I'm just trying to remember what it's got. Of that, but all the names. I'm not reading anything off. I'm just saying what I'm thinking at the moment. So that looks pretty cool. As well, it probably also keeps people more entertained instead of waiting all over the place. Because I think that's a good thing. So yeah, I would say basically yeah, Mario Golf. I can't think of what it's called, the subtitle, but the Switch Mario Golf game looks great. So, yeah, I haven't really got any real negatives really at the moment. So yeah, the grass looks nice as well. So that's pretty good. So yeah, let's move on to some more games. There was that RPG game that looks a bit like Octopath Traveler. I played a bit of the demo of Octopath Traveler. I just couldn't get into it personally. I'm not someone who I like RPGs, but if I can't get like if the game's too difficult of an RPG, I can't usually push myself forward in the game. I usually just if I'm stuck, I'm stuck. That's it. I can't carry on, and it's a shame really because I wish I can push myself on, but if I get stuck, I usually just can't carry on playing. So yeah, and this game looks pretty cool. It's Project, isn't it like Triangle RPG or something? I think that might be. Ooh, at least it's the working title name, so it's not really the full name yet. But it looks pretty. I think it's definitely going to be a game. If you like that type of game, you're going to love it. But I don't think it's gonna be for me personally, and I'm not gonna try it. So, well, I might try the demo. But yeah. So that's good. I think is there anything else between that and obviously there's Zelda. Don't there is nothing I'm thinking. Oh yeah, there's the Miitopia. That again, I haven't played Miitopia on the 3DS. Someone who I went to school with a while back, he used to play it in the taxi I used to share with him, and yeah, it looked fun. The original one on the 3DS, I haven't played it myself, but yeah, it looks like a fun game. So I can't, and I think this. I don't know if it's a $60 game or £50 approximately, usually in England. It's I think that might be a bit too much. I think it has to be a 40 $50, £40 game more than a full on the full price really for a Switch game, because I think it'd be a bit too much personally. I might be wrong, but let's be honest, it is quite a lot of money for a 3DS port. But I don't know. Especially if I can still get on the 3DS, then wouldn't that be easier just do it that probably. So I'm not unhappy with the game. I think it's gonna looks pretty good. I'm a bit wary about the price, but if it's price appropriate, I think it will be an absolute an absolute great game. And to be honest, it's going to be a great game anyway, because I know the original one got quite good reviews. So I think it would be good if it's not too expensive, because it doesn't look like a game that should cost too much. But I think if it's price appropriate, it'll be great. It will be great anyway. But I think the next game I can think of that I'm sure I'm missing out one game is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. No, sadly that didn't happen. But Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, and yes, this game, it looks pretty. It looks great, and I'm glad it's coming to the Switch, because I think being on the Wii, it's fine, but it needs it, like all the other games getting either HD or on the Wii U or 3D on the 3DS. It was about time when Skyward Sword gets its own HD version, and it will be on a platform that isn't, I think, because I didn't Skyward Sword come quite near the end of the Wii life cycle, so it wouldn't be on a dying platform at this point. So I think this would be quite good, because it's also going to be the traditional 3D Zelda game on the Switch, and and as much as I and everyone else like Breath of the Wild, I haven't finished the game yet, but like everyone who likes Breath of the Wild and stuff, it is definitely not a traditional Zelda game, or it's quite revolutionary, and that's great. But if you like the old style, it's a bit of a shame that you can't. It's just not there. So I'm glad that this game is being ported over from the Wii, and obviously there's questions about what should the HD games come over. I hope obviously Twilight Princess and The Wind Waker. Also possibly the 3DS games as well. I love them to come over. Don't know if they will. Nintendo are a bit weird like that, but And also I'll talk a bit about the motion controls, because I know a lot of people are obviously there's a lot of people who are not sure about motion controls, and I'm glad they are carrying it over, and I think that's great. Obviously now you can have a button mode anyway, so that would be good. But how will you be able to jump with using the joystick unless it's one of the shoulder buttons, I guess, because it's going to be really annoying when you just have to keep switching over from the joystick and that button. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how the controls work. We'll see anyway. But I think if the motion controls work as it tends to do, I think it's going to be really clever. It's going to be technically really impressive, because the Wii controls are probably more accurate than the Joy-Con. So if they work well, they're going to be it could be really good. And I think Nintendo are advertising it as them working really well. However, there is a fear that they might not work well, so we'll see. But if they work well, it's going to be great. And Nintendo don't seem to have any fears about it. So obviously, I don't think they would want to put fears into people, but I don't think they would port it over if it didn't work well. At all. I think it's going to work at least a bit, even if it's not going to work as well as maybe some other games. But we'll see. But I forgot to mention, those Joy-Con look amazing. Just looking at them, they are really cool looking. I don't know. I can't believe it, but yes. And finally, we're gonna talk about the game that I'm most excited about, that was revealed right at the end, and that is Splatoon 3. I love Splatoon 2. I never played Splatoon 1, but I really enjoyed Splatoon 2. I think it is actually the most played Switch game on my Switch, so the original Splatoon 2. So it's, that shows how much I like the game, and I'm really excited to play Splatoon. Yeah, Splatoon 3, because obviously I'm hoping for an awesome story mode. It looks like chaos has happened because of the Splatfest. I think that's just so cool. I do makes me wonder what would the order of the world look like. We'll never know, but because chaos has happened and stuff, and the Eiffel Tower, I think it was actually in one of the the background of one of the Splatoon 2 or maybe Splatoon 1. I'm not certain, but that's upside down now, so this is going to look incredible and play. I'm really excited. I don't know. I love I really like the story mode. I hope it's not too similar to the original main story mode in Splatoon 2, or possibly or even the Octo expansion. Maybe just try and mix it up a bit, or if not, maybe just try and focus on the story a lot more, because the story wasn't too important in the other games, even though there's a lot of detail you can read into and get a lot of information. It's not like something that's super important, so it'd be really cool, to just be able to I'm just gonna itch my forehead, do something like that. Just try just mixing up, maybe. I don't know. But whatever happens, I'm very excited for Splatoon 3. It coming out next year. The worrying side, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, it will come eventually. I probably imagine in the summer next year, because it does feel like a summer title, but of a game. But we'll see. And I'm really happy for the game. So I can't wait for that game. I can't wait. Let's just talk about some things I wish they did talk a bit about in the direct. I wish they maybe had mentioned a Kirby game. Maybe the Kirby game there isn't a game ready for to be mentioned, but I feel like it's not. It's about round time to be, a Kirby game to be revealed, maybe. But I could be wrong. I'm surprised there wasn't. A little bit of a shame, but I don't play not Zelda, Kirby games much anyway. I like to be honest, I am terrible at Kirby games. They're meant to be the most easiest games out there, but I'm terrible at it, and I'm just playing with my balloon. But anyway, also, what else is there? I wish there could have been. I don't know. I feel at one point at the middle it did drag on a little bit, so I don't know. It's probably it's slightly a bit, but it's not a problem. I wouldn't mind if they revealed or talked a bit about some, I don't know, more Nintendo Switch Online benefits or something. That might have been cool. I think there was one other thing I was going to think about. I know it wasn't Zelda. I'm surprised they didn't go into more Zelda though, but I guess they may be saving it for its own 35th Direct, like they did with Mario. I'm not surprised about Pokemon though not being mentioned. However, I slightly wondered if they possibly would confirm there'd be a Pokemon Direct possibly on next week, because they do sometimes do that, and because it is Pokemon's 25th anniversary, that Pokemon themselves would want to announce the information, and that makes sense. Though it would be cool to see a tease or something, hinting towards possibly the next year games. I'm not going to say what we all thinking Diamond and Pearl, but obviously we don't know if it is Diamond and Pearl yet. Of course it could be something else, and I think people do need to remember that it doesn't. Don't be disappointed if it isn't, but so that's all I can really say. I think I'm not surprised. I'm happy with the direct. It's not the best of the best directs we've ever had, but I'm so happy we've had it back. And I think I gave it on some, I can't remember, some poll or something on YouTube. I gave it about between 7 and 9. So that's how I'm felt about it. So I'm pretty happy with it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And before I forget to mention, I am almost ready with the video about Mario Maker 2. It's almost done. Hopefully it'll come out this weekend. I'm not certain, but it should do. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye, everyone.